What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ideal Flicks. Now, I know originally I said I was going to be having somebody on, but the scheduling with people's work and just life, you know how everything goes on, I haven't been able to, but it's not an afterthought. I'm still working to try and get somebody on here. I just want to let you guys know. So, it's coming. I can't give a certain date of when, but I'm going to still be here doing the movies, so I hope you guys enjoy. Today we are reviewing the movie of Men in Black International. Now, I thought this film honestly was just like it was unnecessary. It didn't need to be made. The Men in Black series was wrapped up, I thought, perfectly fine, with the third one being of Will Smith and J and K's ending. I thought it could have just ended like that. It was perfect. But this one I felt was kind of made just to try and get more money out of the series. Didn't really need to be made, but it was, and just it was an alright movie, but just the origin of how the main character becomes a member of the MIB is that when she was a kid, she saw her parents get neuralized and kind of like hid and was kind of like just avoided being neuralized herself, and then found when she was an adult, was tracking meteors and found the MIB just at an asteroid crash site, and just used that as leverage to say, I found you guys, I should be one of you, and stuff like that. I don't know. I didn't really like that because it's like the MIB is so secretive. If they want to be found, they'll be found. But if not, they're going to know what you're up to, and they're just going to neuralize you and send you back in the pond with the other fish. So, I don't know. It was alright. The storyline, other than the beginning of her getting in the MIB, I thought was good because she's paired up with Thor is her partner, Agent H, and I did like how there was a reference to the original MIB in the head office when she's well, there's two. When she's transferred, when she's finally given, Agent becomes Agent M, she is transferred by Agent O, who is the head of the United States branch of MIB, and she's in the other Men in Blacks as Agent O. And so when M is transferred to London, now the head of London is Agent High T, and I did like that. I like how they changed it up. It's not just you wonder what they do with once they've reached all the letters. Now they start adding in other stuff. So this was High T, Liam Neeson, and we're shown a brief backstory of High T and H on how because they seem like closer than one boss and a worker kind of are, and we see that they were on this huge mission at the beginning of the movie when they were trying to stop this thing called the Hive, and there's a big build up, but we never see what happens. It's just left, the cliffhanger is just left. And so Agent M's first assignment with H is just some BS protection order just to see what she's got, but it turns into something bigger, cat and mouse, and ends up involving this ultimate weapon. And this part was where it got good. There's these twins that are after them that are assassins, which reminded me of the twins from The Matrix 2, and I thought that was cool because they kind of had like the same abilities, but it was different in their own way because they're like galactic being aliens and stuff. I thought that was cool. And when she was a kid, she protected this alien, which now that she's an adult, she actually comes in contact with the alien again, and he ends up saving her life. Now, that was very well put together. I thought, the graphics of everything were good. The storyline, other than how she became an agent herself, I thought was pretty good. It was a good amount of comedy in it, a good amount of action, and then the ending ends up being that the first mission that we see with H and High T, we actually do see what actually happened, and it was that High T neuralized Agent H because they did not defeat the big boss, the Hive. And so back to what I was saying about the two connections is in the film when they're in High T's office, there's posters going around, the major defeats that the MIB has, has won to save the world. And in the background, it's a poster of J and K with the two big laser guns after they had just defeated, the Bug in the MIB 1. I thought that was great, and it was a dope poster to see, and a nice little cameo that they got. So now we see that H was actually neuralized by High T, and that High T is actually, the rat in the organization, and is planning to bring the Hive to take over the world. But it actually isn't High T. High T was actually killed that night, and this thing just took over his person and was just going along with the daily routines to try and gain everybody's trust, so that when everybody's trust was down, he could then bring in the Hive to take over the Earth. And M, she was a good agent, surprisingly, and this is her first try. She just sprung into it. They defeat the bad guy, they defeat the Hive, they save the world, and she's finally promoted to, a full-time MIB agent, and H is promoted to the head of operations in London, and they become partners. And then it's, the mystique of the MIB, and then it goes off. And I thought it was well put together. The only part that I did not like is how she became an agent, but other than that, it was an alright film. It was a good amount of comedy. There's even a scene where I feel like they did it because Chris Hemsworth plays Thor. He's in a fight scene, and he picks up this tiny hammer, and he's like, "Oh, you're in trouble now." And he throws it at the bad guy, and it just hits him like it was nothing, and then he gets beat up. I thought that was a pretty cool addition, and like I said, I like Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth together, like they did in Endgame. I hope they work together in the future. I just wish it would have been a different movie, because I already said, MIB was already complete at 1, 2, and 3, and 3 wrapped everything up. This really didn't need to be made. It just was. So, with that being said, I hope you guys like the content. If you have any questions, comment in the section below. Hit that subscribe button, the like button, share it to your friends, share it to everybody. This is Ideal Flicks. I'll see you guys next time.